y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That. I am Natalie Elise, and that is my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And today we are super excited to bring back one of our brothers, our ace, the guy. He's like
Yes.
a music guy and pop culture, and he's just dope and hilarious, and he be right a lot and stuff. So.
Somebody got to be. I seen these Twitter takes. Help the children.
Yeah.
It's a dirty job, but that's why they send us again. Um, But that is our very good brother who we love so much, and that is Mr. Edward Bowser. What up?
What up, fam? So happy to be here with my brother from another, my sis
Yes.
from another miss. Happy to be in the house to share some love.
Yes.
And we talking about my girl today. I'm too hyped.
Yeah. So before we jump into anything, how about you tell folks real quick about you, your platform, and just anything you want to share with our audience?
Exactly. Again, my name is Ed and I represent soulandstereo.com. You can go check out the site if you want to see R&B reviews, if you want to see album rankings of hip hop, R&B, all down the years. We got a Soul and Stereo YouTube page. You can check us out there where you just see me acting a fool here, similar like we do here, talking about all the good stuff from the good days of hip hop and R&B, current and old school. Of course, our Facebook group, the Soul and Stereo Cipher, we're on there. Find me on Twitter at Edward Bowser, trying to get y'all in line. Man, I'm everywhere, just paying the bills and talking about good music.
Yeah. So, JR, how about
Yes.
how about you tell the audience what album that Ed picked and why does JR think it's important that we talk about it?
All righty, everybody. So today we will be discussing "Keep the Faith" from Faith Evans. A lot of people don't talk about this album. A lot of people, to me, when it's about faith, it seems it goes faith, faithfully. That's where I see a lot of people talk about those albums. But keeping the faith, nobody talks about it like that. And I don't understand why. And I can't wait till we get into it to see what everybody's opinion is about it, to be honest with you. But we know this is Ed's girl. Like, if you are a fan of him, this is his girl. So we did an episode with Zoe on the debut album for real. So Ed, we're gonna let you go. When did you get introduced to Faith, and how did you fall in love with her? How did she become a favorite of yours, and all that good stuff?
I fell in love with Miss Faith Evans, Faye Dunaway, for those who don't know, in 1995. My good friend had her debut album. And I was a fan of the singles or whatever. I had never heard the album in full. See, this is before we had Spotify and Apple Music. You had to go, look, if you ain't gonna spend your 19.99 on these albums, you ain't hear it unless your friend had it. So I heard this, we playing whatever on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and he just letting the album rock. And I'm like, this album is so dope. Copped it myself. He had the original version, so he had the one with the Mary J on the album. I had to get the one Mary one on the album. I had one of the original pressings. So I got that. I'm jealous. So I got the debut, fell in love. I was so excited for this sophomore album. If y'all remember, this dropped the same day as Faith's sophomore album. We had 112 sophomore album and Total. They all came out the same day. It was the day before my birthday in 98. And I was so excited for this album. And what JR said is true. I like Faithfully more. The first album is, oh my gosh, like one of my favorite albums ever, all time.
Yes.
5 stars, no question.
Yes.
Faithfully, very close behind it. This album I like a lot, but I didn't like it as much as those two. And we'll talk about why, but no question. If this dropped today, it'd be like R&B album of the year. Like it ain't even close.
Oh,
So
catch
we could talk about how good the standards were back then for this to just be an eyed album, but compared to
Mm-hmm.
today, it's blowing stuff out the water, man. It still holds up to me. Oh, it's got a couple spots that are a little weak. We're gonna talk about that. But
Oh
overall, it's a great
Lord.
project.
I knew I don't. Oh Lord, oh Lord, help us this episode, everybody, please.
We gonna be real. At least know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Oh,
We're gonna get there
absolutely.
though.
Oh yeah. So oh go ahead, sis. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, an interesting thing is, I went back and read the reviews of this album in the time.
Mm-hmm.
And all I will say is my review matches all the reviews I saw, and they weren't the greatest. They were like in the middle. And
Yeah.
one of the people that reviewed it happens
Has
to
been
be,
on this show.
has been on the show a few times.
Yes.
And,
Yep.
and I actually agree with his review.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and, and we know how scathing Mr. Craig Seymour can be
Oh,
with that
yes.
pen. He eviscerates. And actually, he was kind of nice considering what he thought about it. Because his thing was, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he was just like, it wasn't, basically, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was like a gentle breeze. You just kind of forget about
Whew.
Well, I agree with that at points, and we're gonna get into like the details when we hit those songs.
Yeah,
it.
But sometimes you want a gentle breeze. Sometimes it's all right. Sometimes I want something that's easy
I agree.
listening, that's
I
well
agree.
produced, that's well sung. I won't mad at it.
I I agree. And now going from where I'm going. So what I feel is this. This album is definitely very polished.
Very.
It's very polished because Faith, that debut is so thick and raw.
Mm.
It is ridiculous. It's just so thick and it's just so great, right? So now after that, Faith now has an audience now. Now she has an audience that she has to kind of contribute to, right? So now by then she has this, she does the Wait to Exhale, which y'all went in.
We
Y'all went
did.
in.
We
Y'all
did.
did. Then after that, she came with I Just Can't from the High School High soundtrack, right? Then she
I
did
like that.
that. Then it's like Big Pass. So then now they come out with I'll Be Missing You, right? Big record, huge record. Now she has another audience that she didn't have. So I think now she wants to cater to that audience. It's time to be polished now. And I think this is what Keeping the Faith is, a polished faith to me.
Totally agree. Totally agree because the stuff that attracted me to the previous album, and there are a
Right.
few songs up here, but like there's a grittiness and just like a rawness to those early songs that was so endearing to me. And here it's just like everything is pitch perfect talent show. That ain't a shot because I wish some of y'all today were pitch perfect talent show. But
Hello.
but it wasn't the faith that I was used to, and that threw
Mm-hmm.
me off, especially with the early singles. But when we get deeper in the album, especially that middle portion, I'm like, all right, this is my faith. This is my faith. So we get there, but there are definitely ties where she's like trying to go to pop route. She's trying to get a bigger audience in. She playing the game. I get it. I get it.
That right.
That
So, well, go
that's
ahead.
how y'all. We'll get to the songs because
Yeah.
I don't
Okay. Yeah.
understand.
So, all right. So now, like I said, I'll Be Missing You comes out now. Faith
Yeah,
she kind of get go do her thing because everybody know Big just passed. That's a lot on her. You know
Right.
what I mean? So she kind of goes away for a minute, and then we hear Love Like This. So when you first heard Love Like This as a fan, Ed, what did you feel? How did you feel?
I
See,
felt
as
I felt great because I was at the club when I heard it. It's at the
See, I
club.
was the opposite. I was at the club and I was like, I don't know if I like this Faith. I like Faith. It's two Faiths I like. I like horny and hateful Faith. I like when she talking about you used to love me as soon as I get home. Those are two Faiths I know. So like hearing Bop Faith, it won't. I appreciate this song much more now, much more. But the first two singles in '98, I was kind of like, it's all right. Now the Fat Man Scoop when my boy got up there on the remix, I'm like, okay, I like this because he can make anything hot.
Right.
But
All the good looking women sing along.
oh man, R.I.P. to my
I
dude.
can
Oh,
hear you. Oh, oh.
he will turn up anything. But
Yes.
yeah, at the time I was not that much in love with it. And also they played that thing into the ground. Even today when I rock the album, a lot of times I might go and skip to the second song. But
They did. They did.
but I appreciate what she tried to do, and it's not at all a bad record. It was just not the Faith I was used to.
When I heard it, it was like, okay. Dun, 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 I was like, oh, I was like, this ain't Chucky. That's the
Right.
first thing I said.
Yep. Yep.
I
I said the
said,
same
this is
thing.
not Chucky. I was like, this production is not Chucky. This is Hitman. I was like, she's on some Hitman tip right now. And I was like, because we know how Hitman and Trackmasters is.
Yes, we do.
They will give a sample and they just take the loop and that's about it. So when they use Chic, I was like, okay, this is definitely Hitman. But I was like, okay, I like it. I was like, it's very disco. Then the video came out, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, this is Faith or whatever, whatever. Then I remember Countess Vaughn being in the video, and Marcus Parker from Moesha, they were in the video. So it was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? And then, it was just a happy-go-lucky song because I knew what Faith just dealt with. So she came out with a record that kind of just made you want to just groove a little bit. So I was like, all right, cool. But baby, they ran this through the water. And after that, I was like, okay, I've had it. I was
I
like,
was so done.
I've had enough. I was like,
But you know
yeah.
what? That's
Uh-huh.
one of that's a song. That's a song that's in my canon of songs that I don't get sick of though, for me. So it never, yes, they did play a crazy amount, especially once the Fat Man Scoop, you know, uh version happened. Like, of course, they did play it a lot and they played in the clubs, but I don't know. I just equate that song to just a lot of good times. 98,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
freshman college, like it just signifies a certain time period. So that particular song doesn't get on my nerves when I hear it, but I get how it could be that for other people.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
and I feel you.
it's emblematic of just such a like happy, joyous time.
Uh-huh.
So
98 is my favorite year ever because I think I was a sophomore at the time. Got my little car, running around the college. I've grown, feeling myself. So all these songs are such a big part of me. But man, this
but
one and that freaking next too close. I don't want to hear them no more. No
You
more.
right. Oh my God,
that song,
yes.
that song Too Close could die in a fucking fire. And I ain't saving it. I ain't even pouring no bottled water on that shit. Nothing.
Now, Faith won't as bad as that song, but I have never in all my years heard a song played like they played that song.
And
So
that's why it was the biggest song of 1998. It made sense.
yes, leave me
No,
alone.
no gross ass song. Like nasty.
So so after I heard it, I was like, all right, Faith is coming with a new album. Then I start seeing the promotion of it all. Like High 97, let me tell you something. Bad Boy kind of owned Hot 97 for real. So, like y'all said, Faith was coming out, 112 was coming out, Total was coming out. So you was hearing all of that. So I remember when I was like, Mom, I wanted to go and get some albums or whatever. She was like, well, what albums you want to get? I was like, well, there's 3 albums that's coming out. And she was like, well, I'm going to give you 2 this time. I was like,
Yes.
ooh, I get to get 2. Okay. All right. Because y'all, listen, back then, music was not cheap at
No,
all.
that's
And
$60, and you don't
like
even know
Ed
the
said,
album good.
we didn't have Spotify. We didn't have all of that. So when you got an album, you had to deal with it, even if you like it or you didn't. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That's just what it was. So my mom's like, I'm gonna give you 2. So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, I want Faith, and I was like, I want 112.
I did
So
the same thing.
unfortunately, Kima, Keisha, and Pam had to sit home for a second.
Waiting for
They were
you,
waiting for you to come make
staring
that
at these
purchase.
walls. It's all I do. Okay.
That's right. That's right. So they had to wait. They had to wait. And I just remember my mom was like, all right, so what you want to play first? Because it was the weekend. And she was like, what you want to play first? And we played Faith. And I was like, okay. And then once we was listening to it, I was like, okay, I see where this is going. I was like, all righty, all righty. Like y'all said, it ain't the faith from the debut, but I said, I see it. I
Yep.
see it. So yes. So I want to do that. So you're blanking. So let's get into this album, y'all. Let's get into this album, y'all. So we started off with the intro. Faith gives us, she loves the Lord, she loves Jesus. So her intros is always about God.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. That's what Faith is gonna give you. And it's evident that you knew what she was dealing with. So the stuff that she was saying, she had to keep the faith on all of that that this woman just dealt with. You know what I mean? So this intro definitely, as much as it was, you know, how she starts her albums, it definitely meant something to her. You know what I mean? And it definitely gave you that big vibe because she was like, it's evident, it's the evidence of things not seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, woo. I was like, okay, Faith. And I was like, but again, it wasn't as thick as the intro of the Faith album because it wasn't Chucky. It was J Dub. J Dub is a big part of this album, and Ron Lawrence and these guys, the other guys of the Hitmen. So when I heard this, I was like, all right, I'm with it. Let's rock. You know what I mean? So I rock with the intro. I did.
I
Interesting.
rock with it as a again, like as a music reviewer in 2024 and looking at what she went through, the message of the album. I understand what she was doing, but at the time, I was just kind of like, all right, she giving us gospel, she giving us, her gospel roots, she doing her Webster's dictionary, explaining what faith is, but and vocally it sounded fine. But we gonna talk about some dope like interludes on this joint. This one won't one of them.
And you a fool.
Well, she had to give all the explanations. I was like, okay, we understand what faith is, the hope and not seen. All right, man. We know what's your name.
According to Webster's dictionary.
Oh Lord, it's gonna be one of those shows. Lord
Go
have
get ready.
mercy. Oh God. So we get into that and we go into Love Like This, which we spoke on, right?
Mhm.
The next song, All Night Long. This is my favorite single from the album, for me. I love it. And I was jamming to it on the way to work today. You know what I mean? Like it came on and I like this right here. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm so glad that they put this out after Heartbreak Hotel because Heartbreak Hotel was out and they kind of let that live, which again gave Faith more of an audience again
Correct.
because it's
Yep. I forgot
Whitney.
about that. Yep.
So it was smart. It was like Love Like This seemed to last and last and last and last. And then Whitney came out with Heartbreak Hotel, so they was focused on that. So Faith and them did the performances and all of that kind of stuff. So that was the focus. So then you come out with All Night Long, and I was like, we can dance, 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 clap your hands, dance, dance. I love it, and because I also love I hear music in the street. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I love that record. You know what I mean? So I was like the way they used it, and I was like, it just makes me want to dance, and it brings me back to '98. You know what I mean? I got memories with this record. So for me, I love it. I love it. So I was like, all right, babe, you good with me? All right, you may be one and a half. That's where we at with it. So yeah,
So yeah, I forget about this single because I remember Love Like This because they
yeah.
went crazy with it. And the one we'll get
Mm-hmm.
to later on with Face, we'll get to that a little bit. But like this one, like
Yes.
it's weird. It's like it gets lost in the mix, and it might be because it was coming off of Heartbreak Hotel. I remember it when I listened to the album, but I forget it's even a single until I remind myself. So yeah,
Right.
this is a really fun record. Love the sample. That's what helps drive it. So it was fun, but again, at the time, it just won't my faith. I was like, where my faith? I wanted her to like, I needed that like gritty heartbreak faith. And we get to her in a minute. But like these bops were cool. It just wasn't
Right.
what I was like ready for at the time. And all
Got
she
you.
went to, she needed something to uplift her spirits. I ain't mad.
Right. Right.
Well, a part of the song that I like is her calling back to her first album. I
Yep.
remember.
Yes,
If you forgot,
yes.
yeah.
Hmm.
I thought that was a cute call. I quite enjoyed this song. I quite enjoy the first half of this album. Well, first third of this album. I like Love Like This. Oh my. See, I thought I was gonna be breaking your heart, but y'all kind of breaking my heart of how you kind of talking about it, kind of like you didn't say it's bad, but it's just very.
Yeah, like I thought, yeah, like I'm thinking Ed's gonna give
Yeah,
me like
it's
yes. I'm
y'all
like,
y'all y'all are being very thin, like the rest of this album. Ooh,
Oh, man.
no, ma'am,
It's been 10
Okay,
minutes.
you know what? I have to say this. I have to say this because this I might have been like Elise if I didn't need this album in 2019. I needed this album and
Hmm.
I needed it and I was playing it every day and it got me through 2019 because 2019 was a tough year for me. So it was financially, personally, like everything was just going wrong. And I just remember I was just like, it's crazy. Like it just came on. Like Love Like This came on, and I was just like, you know what? Let me go back to Keep the Faith. You know what I'm saying? And when I did, I just ran this album because it was so many songs that was just helping me. You know what I mean? So I had a whole different outlook after 2019. Because before then, I was just like, yeah, okay, all right, Faith, all right. You know what I mean? Like, all right. Now it's like I'm living for it. That's why after that, I had to go get the vinyl. like that. So
yeah.
I had such a different review for it because of why, I needed the album at that certain time. So yeah.
And I'm not trying to take away from the emotional impact that it had on you. That's very important, and I'm
Mm.
glad that you like mentioned that. But it's going to be some technical things that I want to mention as we go along that I don't understand how it happened. It's going to
Oh.
everything I feel about a good portion of this album has nothing to do with my emotions or how I feel about faith or even about the times. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
It's
It's
funny you mention that because
it's
I have
it's
the
very
same issues
nuts
with
and bolts type stuff.
some later Faith albums with the mixing and stuff. I'm like, what in the world? Not this one, but I want to see if we line up because maybe I'm missing something on this.
Yeah, and we'll get to it. And everything I have to say has nothing to do with her vocals, and not really have to do with the writing. So
Okay.
Oh, I
Okay.
got some smoke for that later on, but we're gonna get to
Oh
yeah,
that much later
Lord
on.
Jesus, Lord. Okay. Okay.
but
This is
but
gonna
it
be a
has nothing to do with her
great
vocals
episode.
at all. In fact, I had no notes on the vocals for the whole album. I think the vocals are
Yeah,
amazing.
Faith, and her voice is so angelic. It's like you'd
So
never have a
let's
problem.
get that out the way. So
Mhm.
Absolutely. And but to like JR's point is right though, because a lot of times when I hear these albums, like it's nostalgia for 98, but I'm a way different person than 98. And stuff hits different when you're older, when you're going through stuff, when that music speaks to you. Like I can
Mhm.
understand before you came on, we JR, we were talking about TLC, Something Wicked This Way Comes. Like in 95, I was like, but in 2024. I'm like, it's speaking to my soul because as an adult, it hits different. So a lot of these tracks and like the gospel tinge and stuff, I can feel you. If I was having a rough year like you were, this would
Mhm.
sing to me. I feel you.
Yes. Yes.
mhm.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into Sunny Days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is when I'm like, okay,
Love this
okay,
song.
this is this now, okay, Faith. Now we now into the album now. We done
Yes.
passed the singles. Let's get into this album now. And Sunny Days give me that. You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm like, I'm back for more. I'm like Al Johnson and Gene Carr. I was like, okay. I was like, we there. I was like, come on, J Dub. Like J Dub and Anthony Dent had to do their damn thing on this record. For real, for real. But like I
Mhm.
said before, Trap Masters and Hitmen kind of like seem like they grabbing for freaking singles. Cause a year before then, Trap Masters used this for Just Cruising with Will on the
Yep,
Men
they
in
did.
Black.
Yep, sure did.
So it's
And did.
right. And it's like, y'all fighting for the used samples? Like, what's going on? Was y'all the same? Did y'all go into the record shop and pull it? Was like, I got this. Give me this. I got it. Like it was just like whoa, because I was like, I love it, but I was like, I know somebody done used this sample before, and I was like, oh, Will used on the Men in Black. I was like, all right, but I love it. I freaking love it. Whew. Yeah.
I agree. So, like I was saying earlier about how these other songs don't really feel like my fave, debut fave. This feel like debut fave. Like she is floating over this. It's just a beautiful groove. The sample works. I love it. I feel like this is one of the album cuts that people don't talk about enough. But like
They
this
really don't.
and going into the next couple, like the sequencing from here till about not all the way to the end, but like a little bit through halfway, this is when the album starts clicking for me.
Yes, I agree. I agree because it's just you turn the rain into sunny day.
Mhm.
You took the clouds away. Baby, you're the one. Like she sounds so good on it. Like she floating on this record. You know what I'm saying? It's just like after that, to be honest with you, I want to be hearing Brandy. Just a sunny day
Yes, yes.
without you.
Somebody
Like,
mixtape. DJs get on
yes,
that.
like it feels so sunny and so bright and so good. So I'm like, Faith, we in there, girl. And I was like, she sounds so angelic as she always do. When it comes to vocals and backgrounds and all that, Faith is not to be played with
Not at
at
all.
all.
Matchless.
At all. So, like Sis said, when it comes to Faith vocals, you ain't fucking with that. Like
No.
other stuff, technical stuff, maybe, but vocally, no. Faith's arranging and shit. What? Shit. Faith can't be touched. Come on now. What? It's a sunny day with her vocals. For real, for real.
Talk
Like,
about it.
yes. No, I was like, so yeah, so I love this. I was like, yes, babe, we in there. We getting to the meat now. Like we getting into it. Oh God. Oh man.
At
So we
least I'm
go.
scared to hear what you're gonna say.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. With tears away?
No, I got some for Tears to say. I was just afraid of good sis, what she about to say.
Oh no, she loved it. She gave the thumbs up when we first started. She was like, so she liked it.
About what?
About Sunny
Sunny
Day.
days.
No, no, no. That's one of my favorite songs on the whole project.
Okay, I missed the thumbs up. Okay, we good.
No, I was like, no, it is one of my favorite. I think it is my favorite album cut, actually.
Mm-mm. I love it, but when we
No,
get
no,
to
no.
it,
No need to worry yet.
No, we
oh,
about to get to mine, but like, hold on, we about to get there.
okay. So we get to tears away.
Oh, listen, at
Oh
my
Lord.
church, they say when a song's so dope, you can't do nothing but raise holy hands,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't do nothing but sway. When
Mm-hmm.
that Tears Away come on and I'm in my car, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get arrested. Hands off the steering wheel. I'm like this. This is an interlude, people. This is an interlude. Puff, look, Puff is a weirdo, but that man had some interludes in the late 90s. And this one right here should have been a full song.
You
Yes.
know what?
Should have been.
When I first looked on the back, because at least know that I say I do this. I look on the back and I look at the album songs and the track listing or whatever,
Right.
right? So when I got to Tears Away, I thought it was the Tears Away from the Have Plenty soundtrack.
Everybody did, but no.
I
Yes.
love that record.
I
Like
do
that's
too.
a top 5 record for me from Faith. So I was like, oh, it was on to Have Plenty, but I was like, wait a minute, it's an interlude. So when it came on, I was like, this ain't Tears Away. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't it. I was like, okay, but I was like, God damn it, it's so short. I'm like, Faith, you always do this. Like you give us
Always
an
mess us up.
interlude and we want a full song. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm
Yes.
like, damn, Faith, like, come on,
Yeah.
girl. Like,
She one of the worst.
damn.
She one of the worst offenders of that.
Yes.
Her and that fucking Jill Scott.
Jill is another one. Jill,
Jill,
Faith,
another
and
one.
112.
Them
I
two
got a
singing
whole post.
heifers just want to tease you, titillate you with their little interludes. Give us a
I love
song,
interludes.
heifers.
And then you know this is serious because the Leafs don't even fool with interludes like that.
And don't. And don't.
She don't. So for her to feel some type of way, yeah, Faith, you good, girl. Your interlude gotta be good because Elise will eat up an interlude. Like she can't stand them.
It's like, why you ain't keep going? That interlude is 1 minute and 41 seconds. You only had like another minute and a half, and that could
I
have been a song.
know. You gotta
Yep.
just loop that at the back. We be good. See, I like an interlude when it bleeds into the next song. I like that. But
That
when
could
it's
make
just if it's just like an old snippet of a song that we never get the full song, then you just made me mad.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got this dope interlude leading into this dry ass next song. Like this so
Oh no, ma'am, no, ma'am. This is my favorite song on
No,
the album.
ma'am. I'm about to, yes. Let's get into this.
Oh
My
my
first
gosh.
love.
my
Look
first
at
demo. What? The
Oh,
rest of the album sounds like demos to me.
that.
what?
Ain't no meaningful drums anywhere else as we go,
And,
except for like a couple songs.
and sis, I'm gonna have to agree with the drum because I knew this when this came on. I knew this was Chucky.
You knew this was Chucky.
I knew
Absolutely.
this was Chucky
Same.
by the
Yes,
way
yes.
them drums was hitting. I was like, this is Chucky. I was like, because the other ones, I was like, that ain't Chucky. No, 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 no. This, when this came in, I was like,
You
this is
think,
Chucky. You hear it.
can you show me these drums that you're talking about? Because this album, where are these drums that I'm here? I don't hear them.
Because when it comes in
That's why when I looked at it, I was like,
boom,
it
boom,
seemed like it's
boom.
Chucky, but I was like, nah, this ain't no damn Chucky. He ain't
That's
coming weak like that on no drums, but apparently.
I
I just don't get it. I don't know what y'all are hearing.
and then you know what? Another thing, this took me back to a record like "Don't Be Afraid" on her
yes.
debut, and
Yes.
that's why I was like, okay, this is Chucky because I was like, I hear "Don't Be Afraid" on this, and I was like, okay, now this is taking me back to the debut. Like I'm there now because before then, obviously this was a new faith. Like Ed said, this is a new faith. This is like, oh, okay. When we got to Sunny Days, I was like, okay, we getting a little bit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The shoulders is moving a little bit more. Then when we got here, I was like, boom, 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 boom. And then you just done it hurt so bad. Why did it feel so? I was like, yes, this is giving me debut album faith. I was like, okay. And I was like, this was definitely the song I think she wrote dedicated to Big.
Yes. See, I'm gonna have to let your boy make the case for our girl for
Please.
this song because I'm tripping because this is legit one of my favorite songs of all time. So you got
Okay.
Chucky on the production. We already talked
Okay.
about that. We
Right.
talked about how her performance. I talk all the time when I'm doing album reviews. To
Uh,
me, your performance should be a song is a story, and your performance should match that story. You hear the sorrow in her vocals. She ain't singing the same cadence as all night long or sunny days. Like you
right.
can hear the sorrow and the emotion. And I don't know for sure if she's singing about Big. I always thought she was. Like when she said she never got to say goodbye, like who
That's
else she
what I
talking to?
thought. That's what
It,
I thought at that part right there.
Yep, it feels like she talking to Big. So when you think about all the emotion and the buildup of the album, that production that just matches the tempo, she's just pouring her heart out on this song. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite songs ever. She was on a
If
run at
you
this point.
never knew.
My baby.
Yes, like the little nuances that she was man. And
At
you
least
can like
like
hear
next
the
song.
pain in her voice to me.
Yes, you can feel it.
It's like you can feel it. That's why I was like, this is definitely her talking to Big before, because she was married to Todd by this, right? When this album was,
I don't know if she was married yet, but she
she
might have
might,
been.
she okay, because I know she already done had CJ was already, yeah, CJ
Yeah,
was
she
already
had
born
CJ by
already.
then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was she pregnant in the video?
Not love like this. I think she had already had it. She already
Okay.
had the boy, her boy already. So
Okay.
yeah. So this, I was like, it's the Big. And then when she wrote her book, she said that her first love was Big.
That's
So
true. That's true. I
I
got
was
the
like,
book back
okay.
there.
So yeah. So I was like, this got to be dedicated to him. But again, this brought me to Chucky. I was like, okay, Chucky's in the spot. Okay, cool. I'm with that. So I love it. I was like,
Oh, my
let's
joint.
keep this going, please. I was like, let's keep this going. I was like, yes, God. So sis is looking at us like, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I agree with everything y'all are saying about the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
I think she very brilliantly sings this song, but I just think the production is boring as fuck. And it's thin to
Respect.
me,
Respect.
especially for it to be fucking Chucky.
I
And
got
that
you.
just shocks me because I expect a different. I haven't heard nothing he did for nobody else that sound like it's just. I don't. I mean, without it's just a thickness that's missing that
That's mm-hmm.
that a voice like Faith's to me needs, which is why I don't really fool with no more albums of hers as a whole. I fuck with singles and a cut here and there,
Right.
but I I just think the production choices be wild boring when it's not
Mm-hmm.
an up tempo. I fuck with up tempos all day, every day on all the albums,
Uh, I
all
think
day,
I think
or
too.
even mids. But them ballads, they be boring me to tears. But she sounds amazing. I love her.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you post faithfully. I do agree with that. And first lady, all right. But like post first lady, I'll say. I do
Yeah.
Right.
totally agree with you on that.
I agree. I agree too.
But
I
nah,
just I'm
I can't I
just like
gotta get with this. My first love is nah,
and
man.
also sis, I also think what like I said in the beginning, I think it was so polished. Maybe Puff was like, take out some of these drums, take it out. It's too strong. Let's lower the drums. Maybe he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because there's a song later to where the production almost was right, but you could tell that they turned the levels on the drums all the way down, and all you hear is like, and I
Hmm.
think it ruins the song for me when it could be if it was a little bit higher, you
Right.
know.
Right. Understandable. I get it. I get it. But since it again, y'all, she's not bashing. Like she
No,
said,
no, she's not. She
she's
keeping
not
it
bashing
up.
at all. Like she just said, she was like, listen, it's where it's not thick. She at least basically said Faith need thickness, period. Like she needs the thickness. And if you don't have it, it makes it boring. You know what I mean? So
For
I
my
get it.
ears, for what
Right.
I like.
Right. Understandable. But yeah, me and Ed, my first love. We love this
We rocking
together.
that. I love that you can always give an opinion, but you actually have reasons why you just not like, I don't like it. Like, yes, I
Come
like
on,
that.
somebody. My first
But
Abalabo shot. Yes.
but we rocking with my first love. You kill me with my first
yes.
Oh,
demo. Don't put me out my chair.
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no. I respect.
Yes.
I respect how you feel about it. I really do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we get to anything you need. A favorite of mine.
Yes.
A favorite of mine. Them gospel keys in the beginning. And it just took me to a place with this. It was like she was on her Clark sisters, like all of that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like she was talking to God on this one to me. You know what I mean? And it was just like, oh, just everything. Like, and then I just love the ending. It reminded me of all this love from the debut.
Yep. And I agree. This is another one. Vintage Faith. It sounds just like the Faith I knew. And she sounds
Yes.
so sincere. And she's so controlled. She ain't yelling and
Yep.
screaming. But I cannot like look, it's very controlled, very paced, very I mean, what y'all was saying, even a little polished, but I can hear the Clark sister influence, and you know how influential they were for her. Like this
Her.
is another
Yes.
winner for me, y'all. This
Yes, this is a favorite for me.
she killed that.
I like when you talk about keep the faith. I think was it you Ed that put it up, and I was like asking people what songs were your favorite or something. You might have did, and
Might
I
have been
remember
me.
my first one was anything you need.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love this joint from like 4 minutes and 28 seconds all the way to the end. I'm like, Faith, yes, I'm feeling it. I'm like, this is angelic. This is Faith. This is debut. This is thick to me. Like I was like, yes, Faith, I love this. So I loved it. With what was the part that I love when she's like, I don't worry about tomorrow.
Mhm.
Cause I believe in the power. And then she just goes, break it down. I'm like, yes, babe.
Straight
Just
ministry on
ministry,
these
dog.
songs.
Like,
Yes.
I'm like, yes, Jesus, yes, 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 you're the maker of my life. Amen. Like that's where I'm at with this. I'm just like, go, Lord. I'm like, oh, but please forgive me, Lord. Like, this is the song where I'm there. I'm like, yes. I'm like, favorite for me. I go in on this. Yes, I love it. Like I was playing it on the record player yesterday, and I know my neighbors was probably pissed. They might have thought Elise was here, but they might have thought she was here because I was sis. I was blasting this joint like for real, like how we do. So I was just going in, and it was just like this is definitely a favorite of mine for sure. Love it, love it.
I love this one.
Oh,
Oh,
woo,
okay.
thank you,
I was
boy.
ready. I
Thank you.
was ready.
Woo.
I
No,
just knew
this is
you were gonna go in.
No,
no, no, no, no, no.
not really. I didn't think this one. I
Okay.
No,
kind of know a few that at least is gonna go in on.
yeah, cause yeah, you know which ones I'm gonna go in on because it's gonna be slow, boring songs. You know how I feel about slow, boring songs. But
Yes,
no, I really. But this is a slow song that's not boring. It's thick. It's layered. It feels not identical to debut Faith, but it's that feeling.
Yep, I agree.
right. I
I
agree.
I get that vibe. It just from the soon as it opens, when the music first comes in, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's that. No, I think I
Them
no
keys.
everything
Woo.
y'all said about this song. I wholeheartedly agree, and that's my cut right there. And it,
Woo.
mm-hmm,
We all on the same page. Come on, somebody. Yes.
it ain't gonna last long, but we on the same page.
Okay. I
But I'm with
told
you
you.
when you're right.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we get to No Way. Should I go first?
Yeah,
Go first. Go first, because
you
I
go
got a
first.
feeling.
This is a song that I'm good on. And the reason why, and I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell, and you gonna kind of feel me on this one. I
Okay, we're
feel
gonna
like
see.
this was a leftover cut from Kelly's Strength of a Woman.
Okay, see, all right. We on the same page, but for a
Yes,
different reason.
and this isn't a song. I was like, Faith sounded great on it. Like Sis said, Faith sounded great on it. Kelly's background's on it, but it felt like a song that was a leftover from Strength of a Woman that Kelly should have kept for herself to me. And it would have fit Soul of a Woman, to be honest with you, I
Yeah.
feel. But I feel like this, it was like I think my favorite part of this record was the bridge. Every time you broke my
Yep.
heart, like that part right there. I'm like, come on, Faith and Kelly. I was like, shit. I was like, okay. But other than that, I was just like, yeah, this is kind of, for me, it was kind of a leftover for real. I was like, all
Oh
right, but
my Lord. That is exactly, see, that's why y'all fan. Because the reason why this song hits me is because it sounds like Soul of a Woman, which happens
yep,
to be my favorite R&B album to this day of all time.
yes,
So that's
yep,
why I am obsessed with this song. It's my second favorite song because I like my first love better. But
okay.
I love it when Faith and Kelly. I used to call Kelly back in the day before I knew who she was. I used to call her the Faith Lady because she sounded so much like Faith to me. And when you get the
Mm-hmm.
both of them on the record, oh my gosh, it's like Jada Kiss and Styles P, the R&B version, because they just so
Ooh,
interlinked. I
I like
love
that.
I
I like
love it.
that.
And
I
ooh,
Faith
like
talking that
yes,
talk. Oh,
yes. That's why it was good for them all three on Heartbreak Hotel. That's
yes.
why it worked.
That was like a dream collabo for me, and
A
they
dream.
smashed.
What?
eight,
Woo!
eight,
8. And
But
everybody was them on the record.
everybody,
4 +
nobody took it.
4. Eight.
Yes. But yes, this
I love
song,
that.
y'all, I
I
love
do
this
like
joint.
this one.
Well, the way it be like she builds momentum from because she starts out all sad and depressed, and by the end she pissed off and screaming. Like the song telling a story. I love when the song tells a story. She's like, you said, like she like, Negro, you said. So like, ain't no way. And you can tell in the performance. Oh my God. Love this song. But like JR said, I love it because it feels like it. Boilerplate Kelly Price. So that's why I was
Yes.
digging it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Well, I like this. I like the song because I like Faith's tone on it. It's just
Yes.
she doing something different on this song that I don't. I only hear her do like maybe on one other song that's just it's it's a gritty, but it's like warm underneath, and it's just it feels good.
Sis love when a singer uses their deep register, and
Mm-hmm.
Faith does that on No Way. Yeah, I just thought I was like, I kind of knew you was gonna like this one because I was like, Faith,
I
she
do.
uses that low register because
Oh, it
Elise was
sounds
like,
so good.
when an artist can really show that they could, because she said it on so many shows that she was like, when an artist is they use that low register, they really, it's like it's magic. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants the high and the this and the that and the performance and how high you could go and this. When you using that low, that's why she loves Layla. That's why she loves, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's like they
Yeah, that's
keep
I
it
love.
there, and Faith did that on this. She did that on this. So I
She
just love
did.
it.
I enjoy this song a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I just knew you were gonna say this song was boring. So I was getting ready.
I,
But
It would have been if she wasn't singing. Her voice saves the lack thereof production on a lot of the songs. But sometimes even she's so great, even she couldn't save some of the choices that they made production wise.
because now that I hear your what you're saying with the production, and I don't disagree, and that's probably one reason why 98 I won't like on it like I was the earlier joint. I can see at least a vision on this. These still my songs though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ah,
So yeah,
okay. So we get to Life Will Pass You By. Now,
Mhm.
y'all,
that's my good.
okay, I was about to say, wait a minute.
No,
Wait
this
a
ain't
minute.
boring. There won't gonna be no
That's
boring on this one.
that's
All
that
right. I was like, now wait a minute, because this song here
and
is the song
and
that
the
I start.
sample,
Yep.
Yes, the
the
Angela
Angela
Bofield.
Bofield.
Yes, yes.
Mm,
No,
woo, I was,
that's part of that song is part of my songs that I like that have high replay value for me.
yes,
Like
yes.
I play those songs.
This was the song that every morning, like I told y'all in 2019, I was playing this album. Like I would play it at work. I would come home and play it at home. But when I would get in my car, Life Will Pass You By was always the first song that I started with. It just starts kind of with boom, boom, boom. What you thinking about? Boom, boom, boom. Like it gets you up, and then problems
Mhm.
may come,
Mm-hmm.
problems may go.
Mhm.
Can't
Can't
let
let
no
no
one
one
get me
get down.
down. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Like
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like,
Yes.
yes. I was like, oh, I was like, yes, Faith. I was like, again, bringing that gospel feel into it. Only Faith can do that. You know what I'm saying? And the melody to it and all that, it just touches you, man. And then, oh, no. Like I was like, oh, sing to me, please. Like I just love this record, man. Like it got my day going. And like I said, the Angela Bofield joint, Gotta Make It Up to You, using that. I was like, J
I
Dub,
want
y'all did it
people.
again.
I want people to go listen to that Angela Bofield song because I revisited it before the show,
Yeah.
and that shit made me do the stank face. Like I was that that
Yes.
song is dope. So
That
go check
song
That
out the
is
is
Angela.
so dope, and don't nobody talk about it. And look,
dope.
in sampling in general, I think that so you hear now because I'm gonna get on my soapbox right quick because a lot of people, a lot of these young artists sampling, and now that we the old heads, it's like, oh yeah, they sampling our records. I ain't mad at sampling if it's done well. This is a perfect example of how you sample. You take a hit, you put a new spin on it, and you got a second hit. Not this stuff where they just karaokeing over the old songs. There's a bunch of these young people doing that. But like this is how you take something and you make something new based off before. And then like you go back and listen to Angela's joint, you'll be like, oh, this is even doper. Like that's how music is supposed to work. Freddie Gibbs has got a new album. He does that well on his album. So some people doing it, but everybody ain't doing it right. This is an example of how you do a well done sample.
Prince told us though, y'all. What did Prince
That Freddie
tell us?
Gibbs though. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the Freddie Gibbs. Yes.
It's fine.
Yes. I was just listening to it last week. Thumbs up.
Listen, he rapping over
But-
112 Cupid. I was like, all right, Freddie.
Right. I was
That's my
like, okay.
guy. And it took off the part of Cupid we don't like. The vocals.
Oh my
We love the production.
man, oh my, I can't with y'all today.
I'm gonna shout again.
The production is flames. Flames.
There's no vocals there. But but
I mean, the vocals are flames, but like coming out of dumpster.
Oh my, Elise, my heart can't take it. Where's my medicine? Where's my Tums?
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
I can't fool with y'all. That's why I can only come on catch that like once every 6 months. Cause y'all will put me in the morgue.
But Prince told us, y'all. He told us this back in '99. He said people gonna start sampling the sample and the sample.
He sure
told
did.
us that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's exactly what they're doing now. And it's awful. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. It's not showing any creativity. Like we just went in and we said how Trap Masters and the Hitmen, how they would take a loop and just loop it and you use that. But at least when the artist got on it, they did something. Like you said, Faith got on this record and made it something different than what Angela Bowfield's version was. But you go back to Angela's, be like, ooh,
that thing funky.
Yeah.
Yes, like it gives you the stink face. But then when you listen to Faith, you're like, ooh, Faith, like, okay. That's what, like Ed said, that's what it should be. Not now. They're not doing that now. So, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I ain't gonna go on it. But shout out to Young Lord and Ron Lawrence for this one, because J-Dub didn't do this one. Yes. Ron Lawrence did this one and Young Lord. But they did this. Amazing record. Up tempo, so you're back up again. Yep. So I'm like, yes. So I love this. Thank you, Faith, for this. This was my morning of 2019 every morning. I know my neighborhood got pissed because I would blast that mug with the windows down. Like
I wish I was in your neighborhood. I'm sure I need it.
Yes. I would what? Every morning, what? That was my ish, for real. So now we get to the album cut. The title joint. Keep the Faith.
So earlier, remember when I said there's a song and I can tell they turned the drums, whoever math, they turned the drums all the way down, and you can hear the faint.
You can hear it.
It's like a, and I'm like, oh my God, I like the song fine, but if those drums would have been not even if they were crazy loud, just up a little bit more, the song would be perfect for me. It would be perfect. Yeah. It's so close to being a perfect song to me, but I need drums. I'm from a tropical people. I'm from the continent, baby. Mama needs some drums, even if it's a ballad. I'm sorry.
On the ballad, okay.
At least some wind chimes, a little hi-hat here and there. I need it. I need that.
You got a point though. If they turned the drums up, this would have. My system would have been shaking. It would have been sounding so ragged in that little Chevy Cavalier I had in '99. I would have tore that system up. But even without it, I love the song. Even without it, it's so motivational.
Me too.
No, yeah, I like the song, but the drums would have elevated that song. And he gonna tease me. I can hear the little. No, that's mean. That's mean.
Right. And then after coming off like Pass You By, it would have been fine, I think, if they would have kept the drums hitting. You know what I mean? Because again, now we're back to up tempos now. Because you done gave us, anything you need. You gave us My First Love. You gave us No Way, which is a mid. You know what I mean? And then we're back up. So we're back kind of when it was Love Like This. and All Night Long.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like they could have let this rock, but this song here, y'all, I just love how Faith started it off. I've seen the lightning flashing, heard the thunder roll. I feel the cold
Roll.
winds blowing, trying to conquer my soul. If I just hold my peace.
You
Let the
know,
Lord fight my battles. Look, she preaching.
What?
This is an Easter Sunday
What?
sermon.
If I can keep the faith through the
Through the
night.
night.
What?
Oh, y'all ain't listening.
What?
Yes.
Y'all ain't hearing faith like at all. She keeping it. She keeping it. For real, she is.
so okay, I might be a hater. No, the lyrics perfect.
Right.
But this is another dig at production. So you wouldn't turn the drums, but you put thunder sound effects in it.
Oh,
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
they thought they were cute
Did
with
you
the
see
little
how
thunder
I
sound
say
effects.
about
Let
the
it,
thunder? Actually, I
I
was
knew
gonna
you.
let it go, but you started
No,
saying the line about the thunder rolling and all that shit. I was like, oh, I gotta get to him.
I knew you was gonna say something. I knew you were gonna say something because I knew I was gonna talk about the lyrics because the lyrics meant to me, and I love how she started it off. And I was like, Elise just went in about the drums. I'm about to say thunder, and that's why I saw her as soon as I said it. That's why I kind of looked at the corner of my eye, and she went.
I did.
I said I knew it. I was like, I know she's gonna be like, you put thunder in there, but you couldn't turn the drums up.
they
You put
thought they were
pinned,
so cute with that
you
thunder.
put pinned thunder, and you couldn't give me a real drum. Just give me a drum.
It was conquering her soul. Let it be.
J
That
Dub
was
and
doing the
them look.
college day for me. Like I told you, I do like the song,
Yeah.
but that's kind of cheap. That was cheesy, but it was the '90s, so it doesn't make me not like the song. I love the song. It doesn't take away from
Right.
it.
That's probably the
Right.
only
Right.
thing
Right.
So
Puff
we a
did.
critique
Put that
show, and
thunder
I'm
in.
critiquing.
Give me the
So
credit.
Huh?
That's probably the only thing Puff did. Put the thunder in it so he can get his little song credit.
Hello.
I can't fool with y'all.
Habalabosha. I'm with you when you're right. Amen. Amen. That's how he got his producing credit.
Every time.
He said, ooh, there's thunder. Ooh. He said, which button is the thunder? Boop. I want my credit.
Where's the thunder button?
The producer that he wished he was. When I saw his name on some of these, I said the lies.
he he turned on the what you say, John? He turned the light switch on in the studio.
Right. He turned on the light switch. Boop. I get songwriting credit. That's mine.
Run my coins.
Right. Right. Nah, Faye, take this part out and do oop. That's my songwriting
Yep,
credit.
that's his. Oh,
That's his. That's his. That's why Faith was like, she said in an interview, I think she was doing when she was on Drink Champs, which Faith was woo,
Wide open.
yes,
wide
Lord.
open. She
Yes.
said that's why she said when you do your albums, finish the whole thing before you give it to Puff. Because she said if he hears something and she'd be like, but I'm not done with the song. Like, let me be done with it. Then you can
Right.
hear it. And he like, no, you need to put this in here and put this in here. And that's what she was like. Now she'd be like, no, I'll wait till the album is done and then I give it to him.
Yep.
I'm like, thank
Good
you,
for
Faith.
her.
Yeah, because he probably wanted to take your vocals too, girl.
Mm.
Well, we know what he's taking. Welcome to the big house. Welcome to the big house. Sorry. Oh, y'all know he was gonna get a couple of bullets. I'm sorry.
No, we need to let the shots fly.
Yes,
I've been having heat for that
absolutely.
man for 20 years. So
Any
everybody come
available
on board.
smoke that you have, please distribute it as you
Distribute
learn.
right in the comment section,
Yes.
please. Y'all can go in because we ain't keeping the faith for that nigga.
No.
But anyway,
I've been mad since 2001. So no, we can get him. Sign Poe. Oh my gosh. Anyway, y'all
no,
get me
I
in
take
trouble.
it back there. I've been mad since March 9th, 1997, and y'all take it as it may. So,
You see who behind me.
let's talk
You see
about
who
this
right there.
special. Let's talk about this special place we're at right now.
Baby, baby. Yep. Mm, mm.
Love it. Love it. So we're at special place. Another interlude, Faith, that could have been a full song that she did with an ex-husband, which is Stevie J.
Here another one. I'm gonna be chill on right now.
Right. This
So,
special place brought me back to You Are My Joy
mm-hmm.
from the debut. I was like, okay. I was like, but damn it, Faith. Faith, I got a question for you, girl. Did you do full songs for these and you just cut them and then we never heard from them again? Because there's no way all of these interludes she did, there was no full songs. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And
It gotta be.
we're gonna get to an example in just a few, but there has to
Oh,
be the full versions. They put it on YouTube, put it on SoundCloud. You ain't gonna get in
yes,
trouble.
something.
That dude
Damn,
in
girl.
jail. They ain't gonna worry about you. Go and put it out there.
Yes, yes. He ain't got your publishing no more.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I like this. This is of the three interludes, it's probably like my third favorite. But when we talking Faith interludes, the bar is super high anyway. So this one's still a dope interlude. For sure.
Yeah, I agree. So now we go into Gonna Let You Go.
I've been waiting to hear from y'all on this one. Because in 98, 99, my crew was split on this record.
I'm not the biggest. I wasn't. When I heard it, I said it felt boring.
This another one did not feel like Faith.
It didn't.
However, her performance, she won me over. Because when I first heard it, I was like, who this for? This does not seem like a record for her. It seemed like it was recorded by, I don't know, Patty or somebody, and they just never got over to it and it passed it to her. But I like it now. When it first dropped, I was iffy on it, but I am a fan of it now.
You know how I became a fan of this record? When she performed it on BET Live.
I remember that so well.
And she did Come Over.
Yep,
and
I
that
remember this.
damn audience was fucking. They gave Faith nothing, and I'm like, do y'all not realize Faith is giving y'all everything right now?
They were,
and y'all sitting there
dead.
like, yes. I would have threw my shoe at Faith. I'd have been like, girl. I'd be like, girl, you better sing. Like she was eating, and it made me like the song. Like I put it up on my Instagram a couple of months ago. And I said, I want to fight everybody that's in that audience because they are not giving nothing. They're just like this.
Yep. I remember this so well. Yes.
And mind you, they look like us. So a lot of them know what church is, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm not understanding why y'all just sitting there. I'm at the TV ready to throw my little, how old was I? 11? Yes, I was 11. Want to throw my little shoe with the lights in it. Girl, like, what? Girl, like, you is singing for blood right now. Like, what is going on? And y'all is sitting there not giving anything? What in the hell? I was over it, but that's what made me like the song because when she did it live, it wasn't as boring as it was just the normal version to me. So that's what I was. Sorry, I wasn't 11. I was 12, but I still had the lights. I was walking with them too. Fresh. Y'all better stop with the LA gears. Y'all better not.
I had the LA gear, so I ain't even gonna front. I had little black and purple lights. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. You see how JR's face said, so that baby dot is boring. He's so shady. So
I don't know what you mean, me.
I do think it's boring, but I like Stan Babyface, and I like what he doing in the background. So that saves it for me.
That's another thing. Me too.
I agree with
that. For me, and I'm a Babyface Stan, so it's just what it is.
So y'all get this, but y'all bash my record on Waiting to Exhale?
Oh, I do like this better than that Waiting to Exhale joint.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I do. Sorry,
Yeah,
kissing you.
the way
That's better than
Michelle,
kissing you.
the way kissing you is like a coma, but this is like a disco nap.
Did
A
she just say?
disco nap.
Did she say coma? Really?
I'm tripping off a disco nap.
To a disco nap? Girl, girl, girl. Yeah, I can. Wow, wow. That's fine. That's fine.
You gonna never make me like kissing
No,
you.
no.
You can
Ever. Oh, I done stopped.
try as you
Look,
may.
I done stopped that. After you and Ed gave me the business on that episode, no.
Mm,
I,
no.
I was so hurt because I thought Ed was gonna be like, he was like,
Oh, and in
sorry.
the live chat, people in the comments they were aghast at me and Ed. So it's
Yes.
what we feel. Everybody's they didn't like our opinion on it. So
It's
Yes.
all right. People like what
Yeah.
they like.
Right.
Look,
Right. But
I
at
don't
least we
like it.
have the opinion on why we don't like it. We're not
yeah.
gonna say the joint is trash and just
What they
don't have
say?
it. And we're not calling this record trash either.
Oh no,
It's
no, no,
not
no.
trash.
Not at
No.
all. Kissing you
No,
not
no, no.
trash. None of them trash.
No, no, no. No, no, no. Not at all. Yeah.
Mhm. But you can't like everything, too. What they say? You expect everybody to like you, and you don't even like everybody.
Oh, talk about
That part. Come on. Church. Church. We are
Keep the
still in
faith.
the church of
Keep
Faith
the faith.
Evans. She is gospel. So we're still in church.
Keep
So yes.
keep the faith, but please keep the drums. Keep the drums.
it. You and these drums.
I'm done with her.
I'm tropical. I'm a tropical, magical black girl from the continent. Okay. I need percussion.
Yes. Okay.
Hand
Oh
clap, some of
Lord.
those steps.
Yes. So we get to the next interlude.
All right.
Stay.
All right.
Stay. Stay. I'm glad we did get a full song though.
We got the full song on the 112 joint. It came
Right.
out the same day, so I don't know why they even bother with an interlude. But this is an interlude. And the full version, I love
Yes.
this joint. Love
Mhm.
this record.
Yes.
I do like this record a lot.
Me too. Me too. I love this. Why don't you stay with me?
Oh, wow. Oh, she was on one.
Yes, she was. And they said Faith, like writing ability, like she can write like fast. Like you in the studio with her, it's fast. Like even when Terrence Martin was on the show, oh, he bigs Faith up. Like he said, Faith is nothing to fool with in the studio
Yes.
and on stage. And God, I like when they did this live on when it used to be Motown Live,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 112, and well, I don't know what they is now, but we know the voices were Q and Deron. But anyway,
Let my boys 56 live. We got half of them. Let them live. Y'all not gonna do. My boy's terrible.
That nigga said 56. I'm done. I don't even want to be on this show no more.
I love this show. I love this show. Oh my god.
That is funny as shit.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
but he right. But he right. But I just
He is right.
this this interlude again. Like Faith, you ain't had to tease us. Like you said, the damn 112 had it on their album. You should have just put it on
Yeah,
yours
just
and
why
everybody could
won't
have
this?
had it.
They both could have been on the same record. It would have been
Yeah.
fine.
But Faith said, I'm just gonna mess with y'all again. That's all. Like Sis said, she gonna tease us. Just give us a little teaser. And that's what she did with her interludes. I'm gonna sprinkle a little on you and you take it how it is. It's
Sprinkle
like,
me,
babe,
man.
come on, girl. Come on, girl. Yes. I hate it here.
I hate this planet. Ooh.
Oh God. So we get to caramel kisses.
All right now. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yes. I see the holy hands
Yes.
raised. All three.
Yes.
I didn't want to hear no caramel kisses slander.
Oh no, me and Elise
Okay.
love this record. I knew she
Okay.
loved this record.
No
Yes.
notes. No notes.
Okay.
None whatsoever. Whatsoever. I love I love the production. I love the vocal arranging. I love how they kind of brought 112 in, and it kind of reminded me when how they kind of came in on what was the record? Float on Your Love remix.
Oh, yes. That people
And
still
how
sleep on. I
112
love
just
that.
come in
Yes.
there like that. They did the same thing with Caramel Kisses. And I was just like, oh, and then I posted it on my Instagram. Freaking Ed responded to it.
Sure
And I
did.
said from 257 all the way to the end is freaking magical bliss. It's bliss. The stacking, the background of freaking 112 and Faith, and they going back and forth, and you see Deron and Faith had to get it in at the end, baby don't go, and then Faith,
Yes.
baby don't go. They had to get they thank you Lord what they were doing because they showed out. Deron and freaking Faith showed out on
Yes,
Thank You
they
Lord
did.
on that debut. You could tell they were just look, they were singing for blood. So Deron said, "I'm gonna get me a little piece, Faith," and Faith like, "Well, baby, don't go." Like she like, okay, because he like, I want my little piece, and she said, "Well, okay, we can do this." So I love this. Caramel Kisses is everything, everything.
This
Definitely a
is
favorite.
so our boy Chucky was back. Like it was if this came out today, like she'd get a Valentine's candy sponsorship. This thing would be
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Get a whole commercial
Was
off
this
this joint.
this was this wasn't a single, right?
Nope, it wasn't
It
a single.
wasn't. Okay.
They may
Okay.
have played it on the Quiet Storm, but I know it wasn't a single.
Okay, because I thought I heard it back then on Kiss, but like you said, it was Quiet Storm, so they probably just, just played it like that. Maybe was it a B side to a single or
It could
something?
have
Because
been. It could
because
have been.
y'all there were B sides back then.
There
Y'all
was.
don't know about that
They
now.
don't know. They don't know.
No, not at all. But yes, Caramel Kisses is everything, man. Like, in love with you can be so right.
Uh,
I was like, sing Q, sing Deron, and I guess the other two.
uh, doing my dude so terrible. Doing them terrible.
Uh, no, because I give it that, but I must say, and I gotta say, this might have been Puff, it might have been whoever it was at Bad Boy. It was smart to make I'm not cute, Slim, the lead, quote unquote,
Mm-hmm.
because his voice was so different
It was so
and
distinct.
unique.
Yes, you
Yes,
knew who he was before he come up there. Get I love you so. Like you know who that is. So yes,
right.
that's why he did that.
So it
Me.
makes sense.
So Caramel Kisses was on the Love Like This CD single. It had snippets of Sunny Days, Caramel Kisses, and My First Love. So
Okay.
it was in the
Okay.
Oh,
world in that form, and it's on a couple other things, but as snippets.
Okay.
okay, okay, okay. When they used to give you the album samplers,
Yep. I remember what
Yeah.
they don't know about no album sample.
they
Actually,
don't.
they don't even know about albums today, but that's another
Oh
argument.
shit.
Because these 74 album songs on Spotify, that is not an album, sir. That's not an album, man. That's a playlist. Don't give me all them songs.
Not at all. At all. I just did, yeah, at least didn't we just do an episode a couple of weeks ago and I just went in about Chris doing 78 songs on one album. Come on. You
Talking
know
about
you
this
doing
album.
that for streaming. You doing it for
Exactly.
streaming. That's
Talking
all.
about I'm just giving what my fans want. You just boosting them
Your fans
streams.
don't
You
want
not
that shit.
stupid.
No,
That's
not at
right.
all.
Let me see you do it.
I hate it here, but I love it here. Oh man. So we're ending the album, y'all. We're ending it with Lately I.
Speaking of hating it here and loving it here.
Well, I know
I
what
ain't
side
mad at y'all. Because y'all know this is when everybody had to have a Diane Warren record.
Yes, you had to have
You
they had
had
the
to have it.
shoehorn one on every woman's album. Everybody
Every
had to have one.
Everybody had to have one, and I guess she said she wrote it herself. But
Don't go there. Don't
And
go.
oh, this is a Diane Warren slander zone.
yes, because she did too much for me.
I like some tracks. This ain't one of them. Album
This
should have ended in
definitely ain't it.
Caramel Kisses. That should have been it.
This song, I used to try to be constructive with shit. This song sucks.
It is. It is. You talking about a
It
coma? This is
sucks.
a coma track. I'm in a coma.
You can tell that Diane and them wanted to write a song for her to kind of the spaces she was in with Big and
Right.
all that kind of
Right.
stuff. You could tell what this song was. But Faith is the type that if you gonna write a song for her, it got to be good because Faith can write her own shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have a question.
uh-uh.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
everybody back then wanted to run the Diane Warren.
Yeah.
When Babyface could give you the same results, sales and all that, by that point in his career. So why not just get another No, but I know, like I know that,
He ain't
but
lying.
I'm saying by this time, you could have got the same sales and exposure off
Gotcha.
of having Babyface do
Yeah.
something for you.
I mean, you're right. I mean, we got a song
And,
on this album that proves that.
and your core
Way better.
audience is still gonna fuck with it,
Yes. Proof on
but
this
it will
album.
cross over.
It could
They
have been
want
a
to bring
damn interlude.
her little dry ass pen, and
Right.
I
Right.
don't
I
like that
agree.
lady.
I don't
I
even want
don't
this as an
either.
interlude. I
It's
don't
a
want
few.
this.
It's a few exceptions. It's a few Diane Warren
Yeah, she got a couple
I fuck
joints.
with, but overall, it fucking bores me. It feels insulting a little bit.
She could have ended it with Caramel Kisses, to be honest.
Yes, that should have been
Should
it.
have.
That could have been the last record. Like you could have ended with that. But again, I think they, it was like, all right, we got the Diane Warren record. We need it. Everybody have it. This is 98. Every female got one. They was like, all right, Faith, you're appealing to a new audience. Boom. Let's give you this Diane Warren record. So Faith probably was like, then we putting it at the end. Faith like, then we're putting it at the end. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, I was just like, I knew what this record was, and I was just like,
Yep.
I'm good on it. You
The
know what I mean?
second
I
it
know you're
came
trying to
on,
carry on, Faith, but no, girl, you could have wrote this song on your own. I'm sorry.
and
I'm
would have
sorry.
been way better.
Way better.
Way better.
Even in
Way
'98,
better.
I was very familiar with Miss Warren. And I ain't trying to like tear her up because I do think she's talented. She has a couple of joints. This ain't one of them. But when
No.
I heard this, I remember driving my little red car in '98. And I was like, here we go. I'm about to fall asleep and run off the road. This didn't even been this should have been a Target exclusive that for like you pay extra $1.99 and get it. That's the only way you should get this joint. With a little red circle on it. That's all this should have been.
They could have had this for the international version.
Yes,
they could have had it.
In
Let them
Japan,
have it.
let Japan have this. I don't want it.
And that actually would have made sense for them to throw that shit on the Japanese edition and get out our
Yes.
fucking face.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Play too much.
Yeah. Yo, we ate this song up. Yo,
It sucks, yo.
we ate this song up. Because I knew, I was like, I already knew. I was like, I don't know. But I was like, Ed do give Diane a little bit. But I didn't know if you were. I was like, I know me and Elise was. I was like, yeah.
No.
It sounded like she didn't even want to sing it. Like it's just she ain't really like giving you too much. She's not good because it's Faith Evans. But her heart don't feel like it's in it.
That's why she threw it at the end. She was like, Caramel Kisses was the real end of the album. She just took that in the back.
They should have made it a hidden bonus. They start playing like 20 minutes into the track. Like
that's what I was just about to say. I was just about to say. Let it be straight quiet for like 4 minutes. And
I put
then
the CD in and it's track 28 after like 3 minutes. Y'all terrible.
Yes, I was like, yes. And it sounded like a Diane David Foster record. Like it
Yes.
sounded like that. It sounded like the Unbreak My Heart
Yep.
and the damn Have You Evers and the
But at least on the Have You Evers and all that, those songs in Unbreak My Heart, the production was interesting. It was big. It
Yep.
was now I don't like those songs, but I can't deny that they just
right.
are sonically interesting, and so there's still a difference. It was that I, I just don't know why the production was so lazy on this album, and that's what takes away from this album.
Gotcha.
That should be, like an 8 out of 10 for me, but it takes it to a 6 out of 10 for me.
Mm.
I got you. I understand. Like I said in the beginning, I think for me, I would have kind of been there, but you never know once you get older how much music is gonna hit you.
Yep.
And in that moment, I'm glad for this Keep the Faith album because I needed it. You know what I mean? Because I was damn near on the way to like not even want to be here anymore. Like
Mm.
that's where I was with it. So when I started to listen to this album, I'm like, oh my God, yes, Faith giving me inspiration. She's giving me like, all right, it might be sad right now, but you're gonna come out of this. You know what I'm saying? With Faith, with songs like Keeping the Faith and Life Will Pass You By and Anything You Need and them type of joints was getting me there, but then she was able to make me kind of dance to it. So then I'm like, then you got the ballads like Caramel Kisses. I'm like, yes, and My First Love. And I'm like, oh, okay. But back then, I just remember hearing it. And I remember when I got 112 and Faith, I played Room 112 more than I did Keeping the Faith. You know what I mean?
Me
I
too.
did.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why now, like when I look at those reviews and like Craig's review and all that, back then I probably been like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree. But again, the album it came to me when I needed it, and it did, and that's why I have a whole new different outlook for it. So for me, is it in my top faith? Yes, it's probably number three
It's
for
number
me.
3 for me too.
It's
I agree
number
with that.
three. You know what I mean? Because I'm like the debut, faithfully, and then this for
Yep.
me. You know what I mean? So Faith, you did your thing for me because it helped me. You know what I mean? But again, we still gonna have how we feel about some of these songs. But for me, I needed it, and it came through when I needed it. So that's my take on keeping the faith. So
100% agree with everything you said. Like it's not my favorite. At the time, I was slightly disappointed, but I don't know. It aged well. It aged well, and I won't rock it as much as the debut. Won't rock it as much as Faithfully, but it's got some solid album cuts, which I love. The singles wore me out back then, but I can dig them now. There's only really one song that I got heat for that we just talked about, but otherwise, I think it's a solid project for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Well, now it's time for my favorite part of the show. Is that we at?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all, now it's time for my favorite part of the show, and that is the word song association.
Mm. Always
Ooh.
It's,
fun.
it's going to be songs, it's going to be fun, and I'm going to give you a song from a number one song from 98 and 99, since this album came out at the end of 98, in October. So you give me the first thought, emotion, feeling, or if you got a story attached to it, since this was 98, my G. Um,
Yes, my.
so I'm gonna give you songs that were number ones on the R&B charts because those are the charts that we care about. All right.
Cool.
Mm.
All right. At the top of 1998, we got the wonderful male supergroup of Levert, Sweat, and Gill, better known as LSG, who went number one for 2 weeks with My Body.
All over yours.
If y'all know this black man, sitting in front of this Biggie and in front of this belt, you know I love me some LSG. I love me some Johnny Gill, my favorite New Edition member. I love me some Gerald and King Key Sweat. But
Hey,
brother, just let me know where I need to be, brother. I'll bring the Henny for you. But this is my record. This is my album. I forgot the song's number one. So I got too hyped when you said that. I love
for
this
two
joint so much.
weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Y'all got it right for 2 weeks. Should have been 2 months.
They came with that. That when they messed everybody up. I'm sorry. When they came out with that record, it was like, what? What?
I remember being in my grandma's house. I did not even know LSG was going to be a thing. I was at my grandma's house and the video debuted, and and they that room and they got on all that leather and stuff burning up. We were wild in the 90s. And I'm like, what? All three of my dudes and what? So
For me,
excited.
I was like, Johnny, we in another group?
Yeah, yes. That's what I was like.
I was like, you just finished? Well, he needed it because he was like, that Home Again tour did some work on him. He hates that. Like, Johnny hates to talk about that era now. Like, he don't even like talking about it. So I know once he got with these two, he probably was like, woosah. Woosah. Like,
if y'all don't know the story behind that tour, Google is your friend because boy, that was some stories.
And he probably appreciated being around for a change of people that was older than him, that was a little more. I mean, he was with two wild ass niggas. Now, don't get it twisted.
Yes.
But there still was a different maturity and approach to business. The
They
business
weren't
side.
Bobby Wild. So yes, it was a little different.
And they were more about their business.
Right.
It's just anytime I think about that, speaking of Faith, I think about all the times.
Oh, yes.
Woo! You got Faith, Coco, Missy, and SG.
What I say about that song?
I forgot. Wait, what you had said?
Yeah, what you say about that song?
I love that song, but that song, like, I love that song down, but that song is pure fucking chaos. And don't y'all try to say no different.
No, I didn't say
it. Okay.
That song is chaotic, but I love it. I'll play it 20 times in a row. I don't give a fuck. But that song is all over the place for everybody on that song.
Missy coming in back, baby, can't you see?
After Coco done went off, Faith done went off. You know Johnny gonna go off. Keith gonna be nasal.
Yeah. Look, leave my king.
I love
nasals
Keith.
out of this.
I'm here for Keith. I'm gonna give Keith just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm here for Keith, and at least ain't gonna let me go too far.
And ain't.
No, we're watching.
That song is a cacophony of chaos. It is a melange of madness. It's frenetic. It's just all over the place, and I wouldn't change a fucking thing about it.
Yes. Why couldn't they do that live?
I wanted this to be a single so bad. And
Me too.
We didn't get it, but I wanted it to be a single.
I think, with that album, I also think, hip hop was hitting. So, that's why they made Curious a single.
Yep. Man, I have all the rap features on it.
Yes, had everybody on it. Everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but I would have loved for them to do that live in 97, 98. What? Ooh, it would have been so chaotic. I'd have been here for it.
Yes.
I'd have been like, what? Missy probably would have been like, nah, nah, I ain't messing with y'all. Oh God. But yes, LSG, man. My body is it. Yes. But when I think about that, I think about the whole album as a whole. My whole family, we love the album too. We love this album too. Like, we played it.
Oh, yes. Still gets played. No question.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah, I love that album.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is a special pick just for Ed. And that's summer of 98. For 5 weeks, a very, very, very lovely lady who was also was a part of this album we talked about today, Miss Kelly Price, with Friend of Mine.
That he came and talked about out on the show the
Yes,
first time.
yes,
I had to run it
Lord.
back. I had to do it this the year. I had to run it back.
I
Yes.
cannot express how much I love this song. The first time I heard this song, I was like, I don't know who this woman is who's blowing my speakers to shreds. She was tearing. I was like, I remember, I was like, is this Yolanda? I was like, who is this? I don't know who this is. But I realized I did know because she's been singing background for everybody for 3, 4 years. Oh my God. I love this song so much. But my one beef with you, Kelly, is we never got the video for the full version. We got the old R. Kelly, Ron Isley, which I love too, but people forget the OG, and that's the one that has my heart. The remix cool, but ain't nobody doing it like that original. Oh,
That's what got Whitney. Whitney said I was on I-95, and she said, "Who the hell is singing like this?"
that's what I'm saying.
She said, Whitney was like, I pulled over, was like, I gotta wait till this song is finished. Who is this? And when she found out who Kelly was, she said, I need her. I need her. Get
Oh
her
my
on the
God.
phone. Like, get her. Yeah, Kelly ate, man. That she came in like the Far Rockaway Baptist Church for real. Like for real. Like, come on, like she was it's like so loud and big. It was like,
Yes.
whoa,
Loud,
yes.
sweet.
Loud but controlled. That's the difference. That's the difference. Some of these
Speak
folks
on it.
y'all like it. It was all these runs was running all over my plate. Like I don't like that. I want it controlled. I want controlled
Right. Or
vocals.
singing
And she
loud like
got it.
Jennifer Hudson. Ooh.
Um, mm,
Mm.
mm.
Hey
What
grandma,
is
hey girl.
hollering for the holidays, screaming for Hudson.
Jingling. It's like, girl, I'm not going to a funeral for freaking Christmas. No. Sorry. Sorry. I'm not here for it. But like you said, control, bro.
Yes.
Control. Kelly was so control on that record. And I want a video for the original. I'm sorry. I still want it, Kelly. I know y'all got it somewhere in the vault.
Yes. You know what's
It's
somewhere.
somewhere in the vault. I don't care. That song did too damn good. The OG version, because to y'all had it was so damn good, you had to do a remix. So that OG version had it somewhere. Kelly, can you bring it out now? I mean, you spilling all tea, so just bring it on out.
Exactly. Look, if Tweet's daughter can put out the video of the smoking cigarettes after all these years, y'all
That
got some
part.
stuff. Stop sitting on this stuff. Put it on YouTube.
Please. Please.
Winston Marble Lights. All right. So clocking in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks at number 1 at the end of '98
Mm-hmm.
for the holidays from November 7th all the way to the end of the year. We got the good sis, Miss Deborah, uh,
Oh,
with
yeah.
no, I'm saying how I say it, nobody supposed to be here.
I'm gonna say this because I've already told my wife, and she in the other room. In '98, I was gonna marry Deborah Cox. I don't care what y'all said.
She bad.
Oh
She
my
bad.
gosh, that was the
Yes, dog.
original baby mama, and the way she came in on this, and how did you? And I was already a huge fan anyway, so this was
Yes.
like her catapult to stardom. She another one, just like Kelly. Like she should be our Aretha. She should be our Patty. She should be on that level, and she didn't reach that level. That makes me sad because the talent is out of this world. She's tearing up
Yes, it is.
Broadway. She out of
Yeah.
this world. She killed that record.
Oh my God, did she ever? I got the maxi single for this. I got the cassette single. I mean, my dad go to Sam Goody and get it for me. Like that's how much I even rock with the remix, the
Yes,
dance hit. Like for real, like that's and you can tell. Speaking of Patty, you knew they were trying to give this to Patty.
it's because it sounds like a Patty record. You
It
can do that,
does.
but
It's
look, Deborah did
Deborah's.
that. Yeah, it's hers now. Sorry,
What
Patty.
Patty said, Patty was like, that hussy took this record.
That is so messy. But this,
She did that with Stephanie Mills. I feel good all over. She said, that hussy took this song and ate it up. She said, I
oh, it,
wanted to slap her. She said, Deborah ate this song up. That little hussy. I was like, oh, Lord.
Y'all
Never
see
ate.
why 98 is my year, because it was
Yes.
no skips. Everybody was coming hard.
You know what it is too, and thinking about 98, I think that it was probably the last year of really before the new millennium came in and before that sound was really about to change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the last of that grit R&B that we were gonna get, but it was still able to be commercial.
Yep.
But once that going into 99, going into 2000, new millennium, it was a whole new sound. And it was just like, uh-oh, it's about to
Yeah.
start taking this soul out of it. It was like,
That's
oh, snap.
that's what happened. And we still got remnants in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
But I'm telling you, about 08, 09, it was over. The
it
party
was
was
done.
over.
It was, oh, it was over. It was over. It hurt. It hurt so bad. Hey, Whitney. Yeah, it did.
It hurts so bad. I'm sad to say, Pop wins again.
Yeah,
You ain't never
period.
lied.
Period.
Mm.
That shit hurt.
We should put our music under lock and key. Take some time to take care of ourselves.
Look,
Because
bring
we
back
turned
Gatekeeper.
around and this shit sitting here that we got to deal with now. How did we get here? Nobody supposed to be here.
I know nobody supposed to be here.
That's my remix.
I
Y'all like
heard
that?
that trash single for the last time.
My ears said no, no.
I cannot. I can't with y'all. I did not know.
You already know what you get when you
I
put
was
me and
like,
my brother Ed in the
you done
same.
messed up.
Yeah.
You done messed up to
Oh
have us on
God.
that
Y'all,
duo.
oh God. Not,
No
since
one is
every
safe.
time I think about you and Ed, I think about our Alicia Keys episode when you was like, when he said it wasn't Tony, you said it wasn't none of them niggas. It wasn't Tony, or Tony. None of them three niggas.
That was a very proud moment for me. I like when I watched the playback. I laughed so hard. I was like, "Why did I even say? Where did
Cause
it come
you,
from?"
cause you wow.
God.
That's why you said that.
Well, you're not wrong.
Oh God, Lord. Oh Lord.
All right. So for a couple little lovely weeks in 1999, we got a very lovely duet with Eric Benet and Tamia. Spend my life with you.
A vocal masterpiece, like a
All right.
masterclass.
Agreed.
Now I will say, for whatever reason, Midnight Love. Y'all remember Midnight Love on BET?
Yes,
And do
Lord.
something to yeah, that might could.
Y'all played that song every night on the. It was like the first song they played every night. I was like, all right, I like this song, but chill. But
Mhm.
beyond that, yes, incredible. Look, Eric, another one y'all sleep on. He another one. He's incredible.
Oh yeah, Eric is that guy. He
Yes.
R&B reps fuck with Eric Bigley.
Yes,
Yes,
we do. Yes, we do. Shout out to Keith Burrows. We did the album with him, so it was dope. It was
my boy
dope.
Keith. Shout out to Keith.
Yes, yes. Oh
So
God.
he did that. That was
Yes.
funny.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
After I peer pressured him to do it.
And did.
I be harassing that poor man. He don't be bothering nobody.
At all. Be like, how did I get in
He's
it?
like, I get it.
Oh God.
All right. And then the end of 99, we closed the year out with the Eternal Party Bop Jam with Donnell Jones featuring Miss Lisa Left Eye Lopez with You Know What's Up.
Yes, I just, if you go to soulandstereo.com, y'all know I'm always ranking folks' albums. And I just did well, first we did like a throwback because his album celebrated 25 years a couple weeks ago. So we did that. So we talked about that album and then we ranked his discography. Man, this song with Left Eye, that thing still holds up. But do y'all remember the video? Because I did not remember the video
Yeah,
until I was doing my research. So LaFace just got all the artists like in some
everybody.
trap house.
Everybody in the trap
Everybody
Everybody.
locked
house.
in the trap house,
Yep.
and Left Eye was killing it. She had her little Storm from X-Men outfit on, and the thing was blowing. I was like, she looked like a
She was
super duper
locking
star.
on.
Yes,
Yes.
and her rap ate it.
Yes.
That's why that's the only version I listen to. Sorry, Donnell, but it's just the truth.
That's the
I
only
need
one.
Left Eye's version.
That's the only
I
one
can't
we.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't do the original by itself anymore. No.
And every time I play that song, I always forget that the beginning. I always forget because you grow up listen to the radio, so you listen to radio edit. And I
Yep.
always forget that the opening line is "Me and my niggas be rolling." I forget every time. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, he did say that.
Yes. You got to get
The
the
first
unedited from
line,
back
he didn't
here.
try to. But that was old. But that's a nigga. So
Yeah, because you went in.
oh
We went
fuck
in on
nigga,
that album too.
I love
Yes,
that album. That
I
album is
love it too. But
good.
you said it's a fuck boy album though.
Oh, it
And it
is.
is.
I forgot until I
It's the
redid it for that
handbook.
post. I'm like, ooh,
It's the
what are we doing
handbook.
in
Yeah,
99?
he ain't shit.
Mm-mm. That's the fucking handbook, playbook, yearbook of fuck nigga shit. Yeah.
We had him on the podcast a few years ago and he defended it. He was like, y'all, it's a different time. Stuff was different then. I was kind of like, I love you, Donnell. But even then, I was kind of like, this don't really make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Oh yeah. It was a couple of them. I was just like, now wait a minute. Okay. All right. And the
Uh,
girls are singing along to this
yeah.
joint, and I'm like, oh, y'all know what he's saying, right? Like,
He gonna go leave you to go cheat. Now you go, you sit right there while I'm
you
finished cheating, and then I'm
right,
gonna
you
come
just
back when
hold
I get
tight.
ready.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right
Oh.
back. Yeah. You got a voice, sis. I mean, yeah, but I love the album. I
Oh no,
love
it's
Y'all
just
Wanna
great.
Be. Yes,
It's amazing.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some boys get anthems too. Yeah, they people.
yeah, you know.
They get to sing along and but yeah,
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that like it is because
Okay.
98% of radio is all them, and I'm tired.
yeah. I'm with you.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ed, that is the end of today's Word Song Association. And we're so glad that you came to kick it with us. It's always
Yes.
a blast.
Yes.
Always,
Always.
I can't
Y'all
even
was
get this
just
out
y'all,
because y'all,
this episode, y'all just carried on. And I just can't believe it. Like, I did not expect this from you two. Like
sir,
this is I'm just really really disappointed with y'all two.
sir.
Like I did not
They
believe
are,
that
I
y'all
ain't
were
kick
gonna go in with keeping the faith like this. Like this was just I'm just so faith girl. I
JR.
defended this whole thing.
He
Like
was
JR.
right in the muck and mire with us. So I
You know what,
look.
Ed? I ain't kicked JR off a video since the IG live days where I kicked him off his own shit.
she did and did.
And if you would like to pick that tradition back up, it would be my pleasure.
Absolutely will not. Absolutely would not. Damn, we at the end. I don't want to get cut off at the end. No, no.
Well, he like my first love, so that's
Yes.
gonna be the saving grace because
Right, right.
we
No,
showed
babe,
love
no,
on that
I'm just
record.
kidding. This was I knew where it was gonna go, so it's kind of like this is I told y'all how many times during this episode I said how much I love this episode. So
Yes.
so I was full of crap. I was like, I love this episode. I love this episode. So yes, this was great as usual. As usual, I knew it would be nothing else more than that. I knew it
Yes,
would.
very
I knew.
happy, thankful for having my people come through and just spend a little time talking about these records I love because there ain't too many of us who can talk in this level of detail about these dope records. So I always
Absolutely.
appreciate what y'all do and
Yes.
everybody who's watching this. And
Yeah.
if you want to see more of your boy acting crazy, just go to soulandstereo.com. Ain't nothing but this 24/7.
Yeah.
Please, y'all, before you go, check out his Brandy one, his
Oh,
Brandy
yes.
list. It was amazing, yo. I was
On
sitting
YouTube,
here like
yes.
this. I was sitting here like this because I was like, all right, what bro gonna do? How we doing this? I was sitting there. I was like, because I love how you rank. And let me tell y'all, Ed is very honest, and I love it. He's very honest because it's some stuff I would be like, well,
You
I
know, you
almost
know,
got in trouble with the first two. So just check out the
oh,
YouTube
I knew.
video.
Listen, I was like, that's why I hit you. I said, they gonna come. They coming.
And they came. DMs was on
JR.
fire.
Oh, they gonna come. They is. JR, do you?
Yeah.
This will probably surprise you, JR. One of my favorite episodes of is the Chris Brown ranking.
Oh,
Oh, they still cussing me out. I have never got cussed out like I got cussed out on
I
that
was
one.
sitting there because I watched it because I was at work and I was watching it. And I was sitting there and I was like, ooh. I was like, oh, they gonna eat. And I remember, and then Elise texted me. Cause me and her, yes, when we watching your episodes, me and her be like, you watching an episode? I'll be like, yes. I'll be like, yes. And she like, I love this Chris Brown episode.
Because I was like, Chris not really an artist I fuck with like that, but I do like a good handful of his music, and I've
Yes.
listened to stuff off of every album. He's not a fave, but I was like, I'm gonna watch this to see how he attacks this. I first wanted to watch it because I like mess, and I knew it was gonna be a little bit of mess thrown
Oh,
in
it's
there.
a mess in there, no doubt.
Oh, there is,
I
and
was like,
so
ooh.
so that's what initially drew me to it. But then I really enjoyed the things you had to say about the different records and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Because
I
you
Mm-hmm.
can show
appreciate that.
dissent without totally bashing, and you didn't totally bash.
No.
No, because he's a talented brother. I just need him to take them 75 songs and give us 8, and then he gonna have a good album. That's all I'm saying. The
Yeah.
stand's mad. He's giving all of himself. You don't appreciate it. No, I don't appreciate 72 songs. I appreciate 8. That's all I want. How many songs was on Off the Wall or Thriller? Want 72?
Oh, the EP, the Thriller EP.
I
Here
didn't
we
say it. I
oh
didn't say
here
it.
I said it for you because I
I ain't
agree.
know we were gonna go there. I ain't know we were gonna go there.
Because I agree.
I was gonna go somewhere else, but you know what? We about the dollars. We forget about cents.
And on that note, we thank y'all for hanging out with us today. It's been a beautiful time. I hope you get a lot of laughs. We love y'all in the group
Yes,
chat. Keep
yes,
on sharing. Keep on getting folk to subscribe. Or if you
yes,
haven't subscribed and you're here, why not? Just one click. Just click,
yeah.
click little thing.
Ain't
Ain't
nothing.
nothing.
Ain't
Um,
nothing.
yeah, but we appreciate everybody. We got a lot of new guests and episodes coming up. We're just doing a lot of fun, good stuff,
Ooh, yes,
and bringing you more of the things that y'all really like. So
yes.
yeah, so get a drummer song because somebody didn't pay the drummer for this album, and that's okay. And we will catch y'all on the next episode of Catch That. But peace.